let's go ahead and just start with some nice deep breathing in and out through the nose. So just find a seat that's comfortable. If you're uncomfortable sitting on the floor, you can sit up on a couch or in a chair. But just let your eyes rest closed, or if you're uncomfortable with that, you can take a really soft, gentle gaze. Just let your face begin to soften. And then just begin this process of breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your nose. And I know the mind, the thoughts will kind of jump in. That's normal. But allow your mind just to be with the sensation of breath, moving in through the nose, moving out through the nose. And give your breath a rhythm so that it's in for the same count as it goes out. So just choose a number that is easy for you to stay with today. Maybe that's number 3 or 4 or even 5, but try not to force anything. And any thought that comes into your mind that tells you something that's not true, just say, oh, there's stress, right? We don't have to do that. And even if you have to do that 100 times today, that's okay. You begin to practice, as we do here, our yoga practice, being with what is real. Breathing in for the same count as out, in and out through the nose, allowing your forehead to broaden, your face to soften, the shoulders to rest, elbows nice and heavy. And just check in with your hands, make sure that they are not gripping anything at all. They're just nice and easy here. It's an easy seat, easy breath. And through this practice, just breathing, just finding some stillness, we begin to, again, just become comfortable being here. And also begin to be comfortable calling out those voices that tell you maybe you're not worthy or that you should not give yourself grace. You should not be compassionate with yourself. We label that as stress. And return back to this peaceful place of just breathing. Giving the nervous system a place to just rest and relax. And then from that place of resting, relaxing, just breathing, begin to bring your palms together. Let thumbs rest right at heart center, Anjali Mudra. You can set or form an intention here that you need if you need one. Or rather just enjoy the feeling of the thumbs at the heart, the texture of your palms pressing together, the sensation of the breath moving in and out of the nose, nourishing the body. And then when you're ready, take a really big full inhale, hold the breath in. And then open the throat, exhale. Nice. And then when you're ready, just a nice gentle opening of the eyes, hands down on the knees. And we'll just move a little bit seated here. So if you want to switch out the cross of your ankles, go for it. But we'll just start to circle the torso around. So you can bring the hands down on the knees if that works for you. And you can do this with legs uncrossed also. Some people are not always comfortable with ankles crossed, and that's fine. And then making sure you're breathing as you go here through these circles. Making them as big or as small as you need to. Good. And then when you're ready, go ahead, reverse, move that circle in the other direction. Really just practicing compassion with yourself as you go through practice today. That can be as simple as deepening the breath, noticing where it is. And it can be kind of talking back to those thoughts that aren't really true. Just saying, oh, stress. Nope, we're not doing that today. Or just for this next little bit of time we have together, if today seems like too much. Good. Come all the way back to center. Just sit tall, eyes closed, and notice maybe you still feel that circling happening even though it has stopped. Taking a big full inhale in through the nose. And a long, slow exhale. Nice. Let's go ahead and just make our way to the mat to table pose, hands and knees. Now, if you have sensitive knees, feel free to grab a blanket to take the blanket underneath the knees. We'll come to table pose and just begin to move through cat-cow. So inhale, belly drops down, heart lifts. And then exhale, spine round. So just go back and forth between these two shapes. And you don't have to go all the way into full flexion or extension here, as we did with the circling. You can make it smaller or less exaggerated. If you'd like to, you can pause anywhere that feels really good. You're welcome to do that. And just listen. So these little first few movements are warm-up movements. They allow us to kind of check temperature here. How is my body today? Is there any part of me that maybe I didn't notice before I got here that needs a little bit more TLC, a little bit more compassion or love? And it's, again, a practice. We practice noticing, and instead of pointing out what's wrong or saying that it's bad, it's just something that needs a little bit more love. Good. Find a neutral table. And then you're going to plant your left palm to the floor directly under your nose, and then reach and stretch your right arm up. Big stretch with the right arm, and then circle the right arm just a few times down and around. So some nice big circles here. Make sure the breath is still flowing in and out of the nose. Awesome. And then as you're ready, go ahead, reverse the circle, moving in the other direction. Now, as always, you guys can close your eyes anytime during practice, just so that you can really go inside of the body, go inside of what is really happening. Good. One more nice big circle here. And then let's reach, open up that right arm up, and then bring the right shoulder down to the earth. Thread the needle. So with your left arm, you can bring it out in front of you. You can wrap it open onto the back. Just get the right shoulder down to the earth. Close the eyes if that's comfortable, and just breathe back behind that right shoulder. As you breathe, just notice where you feel the breath. Remember, no wrong answers. Maybe you feel it back behind the right shoulder. Perhaps it's in the chest, the heart. Maybe it's all the way down into the belly. This is a little bit of a twist, so you feel a little bit of a twist happening there in the waist. Good. When you're ready, let's bring the left palm back to the floor, press it down. Big counter stretch with that right arm, and then bring the right hand down. And from here, move through a few cat-cows here. You'll feel perhaps a little asymmetry between right shoulder and left shoulder. Notice it, and then go back into breath. Even, calm, centered breath. Beautiful. Then let's find that neutral table once more. Move the right palm to the floor underneath the nose, and then you're gonna reach that left arm up, big open stretch here, and then circling the left arm. It doesn't really matter which direction you circle it in first. Just kind of pick one. Good. And again, notice the breath will shift and change with everything that we do. And our practice is to meet it where it is. Go ahead and reverse, moving circle in the other way. A lot of you guys that practice with me have heard me say, like hundreds, maybe thousands of times, the highest form of spiritual practice is self-observation without judgment. And that to me can be a wonderful way to have compassion and love for yourself. One more nice big circle. And then let's do a big open stretch. Left arm reaches up, stretches up. Inhale, and then exhale. Now bring the left shoulder to the floor. So do whatever you did probably on that first side, unless you have an injury that prevents you from doing so. So your right hand can just rest on the earth. You can reach it out in front, or you can open it up onto the left hip. So just find the shape on this side and then deepen the breath around it. And soften where you can. Good, and again, notice where you feel that sensation of breath. And then the chest, the heart, the back of the left shoulder, just a couple more here. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and bring that right palm down to touch into the earth. Big stretch up with the left arm. Bring the left hand down, right hand down. Let's spread the palms nice and wide, especially first 3 fingers. Parallel your pointer fingers, just like the number 11, and then curl your toes under, lift your hips up into a down dog. So you're welcome to, if you want to, need to today, simply stay in table pose. Totally fine. Just take a few deep breaths here. And if you've chosen to stay in table and want a little bit of an inversion, you can press back into a child's pose. That's fine too. Good. Deepen the breath. I feel like that's one advantage of these virtual classes. You really get to close the eyes, be in the body, and honor what's there today. We don't have to worry what anyone thinks because we're all on Zoom, right? When you're ready, from either shape that you've chosen, let's come up to a forward fold at the very front side of your mat. So down dog, you can walk up there, table, child's pose, you'll come all the way up and just fold. Feet at least hip width, maybe even wider. Bend your knees if you need to, and then crown of the head, so the very top of the head just hanging towards the floor. Breath nice and deep in and out of the nose. And if you're feeling this more in your low back than you are your hamstrings, and absolutely go ahead, bend those knees, take the feet wider, just a couple more breaths here, check in with the face, let it relax. Neck is super long. And then from here, let's take a big inhale, lengthen the torso. Exhale to fold. And let's plant palms, bend knees, and we're gonna step our left foot back into a lunge here. So just stay here for a couple of breaths. Feet are hip width, right knee is right over that ankle. Press back through your left heel, one more inhale, and then exhale, left knee comes down to the earth to drop down. Bring those hands up on top of your right knee, and then just take a moment to kind of rock back and forth into the front of the left hip. Just starting to let it open up here. Good. Nice. And then you're going to find a nice kind of a neutral place to be here with that left hip, and drop your left hand down to the floor and then reach your right arm up. So find a twist here. And then if you want to just stay here in this twist, it's perfect. If you want to move your right foot over to the right, a couple footprints, flex the right foot and then open up that knee to the side. You can, as long as it's okay with the right ankle. Check in with your left shoulder. Check in with your breath. Good. Couple more here. You can always back out, do less, especially if the breath has just stopped. That's your sign, right? One more inhale, reaching. Slow exhale, right hand comes down. Let's back the hips up and then push the right heel forward. So come all the way onto your right heel, flex through that right foot, and then fold, baby Hanuman. Pull the pinky toe edge side of the right foot back towards the right hip. And then check in with the neck. So oftentimes we're kind of arching or cranking the neck and have no idea we're doing it. Then check in with your shoulders. Is there any space to relax the shoulders? Is there any space to relax the jaw? Take one more nice deep breath here. And let's bend back into the right knee. Bring your hands back to the floor. Slide the right knee back in line with the left knee. Walk your knees back a little bit. You can find a knee down plank here, or if you want to, you can just move up into regular plank, whichever feels best. Just engage the core a little bit. And then from either plank or your knee down plank, you're gonna lower to your belly. Bring your thumbs right there in line with the chest, tops of feet pressing to the earth. Shoulders on the back. Inhale, cobra. You don't have to go up very high. Exhale, lower slowly. Touch your forehead down. Inhale, lift. Again, you don't have to go up very high. Exhale, lower, touch your forehead. Last one, inhale, lifting. And then let's exhale back into child's pose. So either knees wide, big toes touching, or you can rest your belly on your thighs. And just take some nice deep breaths in and out of the nose. And give yourself a moment here to just notice something actually happening right now. Perhaps the texture of the forehead touching the floor. Maybe bringing your attention to the breath, feeling where it is. Is it in the lowest belly? Can you feel your ribs expand? Speaking back to any voices of stress. Just don't even label it. Don't make a story. Just say stress and then come back to you. Good. Let's move either to table or again back into down dog. It is completely up to you. And if you're feeling really cozy there in child's pose, you can just stay there too. We're going to stay in our chosen place for about 5 breaths in and out of the nose. Again, closing eyes if that's comfortable for you. Awesome. From wherever you are, your chosen shape, go ahead and make your way up to a forward fold at the very front side of your mat. So you can just step your way up there. If you were in table or child's pose, come on up. Bend your knees, lengthen out over the legs, crown of head reaching towards earth. Nice, gentle breath. Just soften. Awesome. Let's take a big inhale, lengthen the torso, gentle gaze at the earth. Exhale, fold. And then palms to the floor, knees bending. Bring your right foot back into that lunge. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and lower that right knee. But make sure your feet are hip width apart. You're pressing back through that right heel. And the left knee is right over the left heel. Good. Soften the eyes. Neck is long. Slow exhale. Start to bring that right knee down. And then you're going to bring those hands up on top of the left knee. Same thing we did on the first side. So just a gentle rocking forward and back. You can add breath into that. So maybe you kind of inhale forward, exhale back, or vice versa. And as always, if the breath has kind of stopped, that's just a little sign from your body to back out. Doesn't mean anything good or bad. It's just the body saying, let's slow down a little bit. That's it. Good. Couple more here. Just warming up the front of the right thigh. Awesome. Find that nice neutral place here for the front of the right hip, and then drop the right hand down, and then reach and stretch the left arm up. So find your twist. Again, you can choose to move the left foot over a couple footprints, flex the foot, let the knee open, or just stay right where you are. Check in with the shoulders. Check in with the jaw and the breath, always the breath. Perhaps again, you can breathe all the way down into the belly. Just one more big inhale here to reach. And then exhale, left hand down. Let's go ahead, back the hips up, flex the left foot, and gently fold over the left leg. Crown of head, just nice, easy, relaxed, neck relaxed. And just gently check in with the shoulders, the jaw. Beautiful, slow, deep breaths here, in and out of the nose. You can always go back to the pace that you started off with in the very beginning of practice. Awesome. Couple more breaths here. Good. Let's go ahead and bend into the left knee. Bring those hands to the earth and take the left knee back beside the right knee. You can bring your hands a little more forward and kind of practice a knee down plank here, or you can come to regular plank. Not one is better than the other. We're just kind of getting the core activated. Beautiful. Let's exhale down to the belly. Thumbs there in line with chest, tops of feet to floor, just one cobra this time. Inhale. And exhale, child's pose. So stretch back out into child's pose. Let your shoulders really relax. Your face and jaw really relax. A simple and gentle flow of breath in and out of the nose. And without me telling you what it is, notice something actually happening right now. Notice the feeling of some of your body or some part in this moment. Good. And then when you're ready from here, let's go back forward into either table, or we're going to go back to down dog, up to you. Or if you just really love the child's pose, you can stay there too. Just 5 breaths here. If you're in table and you want to take cat-cow a little bit, go for it. Just keep your breath as steady as you can. Good. One more nice deep breath. Let's come up to the front side of the mat again from wherever you are. You can just step your way up there. If you need to get up and do that, then go for it. Just find that fold. Crown of head reaching towards earth. And then a big inhale, torso lengthens. Exhale to fold. And then you're going to slowly make your way up to stand. So bend your knees a little bit and ragdoll your way up to the top, kind of as slowly as you need to. Good. Once you get there, just relax your shoulders, bring your hands to heart center, close your eyes. With eyes closed, you may notice a little bit of a rocking here with the body. Just let your breath slow down. Good. And then let's bring hands to hips or waist, press into your right foot, and then step your left foot back. So go ahead and find that nice wide lunge stance. Now, if this is too much, go ahead, lower your left knee. Totally fine. If you want to, reach your arms up, go for it. Relax your shoulders, face, and jaw. It's a really strong shape here. 5 breaths here. Keep on relaxing shoulders, face, and jaw. One more. Now, if your left knee is on the floor, go ahead, curl the toe under, lift left knee up. And then everyone, you're going to spin your left heel down, open up warrior 2 for 5 breaths. So right heel intersects left arch, or heels in one line. You can Check that out if you need to, adjust as you need to. And right knee is angled right over toes 2 and 3. Soften the gaze, soften the eyes. Do your best to just breathe through it, breathe into it. I know the right leg is probably a little fatigued. Good, one more breath here. Awesome, hands to hips or waist. Let's straighten right leg, turn those toes. So outer edges of feet parallel with outer edges of mat. Hands to hips or waist, big inhale, chest and heart lifts. And then exhale, fold. So a nice wide-legged forward fold. You can bring your hands right underneath the shoulders. You can interlace them, anything that feels stable here. Make sure you have a little teeny bend in those knees. And again, check in with the back of the neck. Let it be nice and long. Good. One more nice deep breath here, in through the nose, out through the nose. And then bring your hands to your hips, to your waist, and then slowly come all the way up to stand. Good. And then let's heel toe the feet closer together. So they come to about hip width apart. Good, or wider if you'd like to. Then take a big inhale, reach the arms up. Pointer finger releases, exhale out over to the right. So breathe all the way through and down that right side body. It doesn't matter how far over you go here. Press down through outer edge of right foot. Nice. Just soften somewhere. Good. And then inhale through center. Exhale, bring the hands beside you, open the palms, close the eyes, just breathe. Notice the imprint left behind here on the body. Good. Take an exhale, sigh if you need it, a cleansing breath. Good. Continually talking back to any voice of stress, just saying nope. And then when you're ready, eyes open, inhale, arms reach up, clasping palms. Let's exhale over to the left side. So staying here about 5 or 6 breaths, pressing down through outer edge of left foot. Good, just soften where you can. And again, don't worry or focus on how far over you can go. So not important. How can you breathe into the shape? Good, and one more. Exhale to come over just a tiny bit more. Inhale, come up. And then exhale again, release the hands, close the eyes. Notice left side versus right side. Notice the breath. When our arms are up over the head, the breath naturally speeds up. It's a protective mechanism, right? Good, and then when you're ready, eyes open. We're gonna go ahead and step back up to the front side of the mat. Hands to the hips or the waist. Press into your left foot. Let's step that right foot back into that really big lunge here. And then if you want to lower the right knee, go for it. We're going to again stay here in the crescent warrior shape. So you're on the ball of the back foot if the knee is up. And then reach the arms up, relax the shoulders, face, and jaw. And just breathe. Even if your knee is down, really feel the strength and power of your legs. Feel the strength and power of your breath to move you through. Good. Now, if your right knee is on the earth, go ahead, curl the toe under, lift it up, and then everybody peel the right heel down, open up warrior two. So check out your feet, left heel to right arch, or heels in one line, sitting here, 5 deep breaths, noticing again, left leg may be a little fatigued. Use the power and the strength of your breath, the attention and energy of that strength within you. Good. Nice. Bring your hands to hips or waist, straighten left leg, turn those toes. Check out your feet, outer edges of feet, parallel outer edges of mat. Inhale, chest and heart lifts. Exhale again. Wide-legged forward fold, head below the heart, neck nice and long, breath nice and full. Again, soften where you can. Some days really easy, some days not so much. Good. And then bring your hands slowly back to hips or waist. Use a big inhale to come all the way up to stand. Exhale at the top. And then heel toe your feet in just a teeny bit here, just a little bit. And then hands to hips or waist. Let's take some really nice big hip circles. Good. And then go ahead, reverse, move those circles in the other direction. Beautiful. Let's come all the way back to center and then just heel toe together. Let's step back up to the front side of your mat and then take a big inhale to sweep and stretch those arms up. And a long, slow exhale, fold, bend your knees as you need to. Then inhale, torso is lengthening. Exhale to fold. Plant your palms, bend your knees, step back to either a plank or that knee down plank. Just take a couple breaths here. And then pound to your belly nice and slowly. Inhale into your back bend. Let's exhale back into child's pose again. So finding child's pose for your body as it is today. Forehead resting to earth. Breathing in and out of your nose. Softening. We're going to do what we did earlier in regards to stretching the backs of the shoulders. So you can do this from child's pose. That's what I'm going to do. But if you find that you need a bit more space, then you can just come up to table pose. So start to creep that left hand forward. And then you're going to bring the left or the right shoulder to the earth. So that thread the needle shape, just like we did earlier. However, if your body says, just come back up to table and practice it the way that we did earlier. Again, notice where the breath is. Can you slow it down just a bit? And in the body, ask yourself, where can I soften in this moment? Good. And then left palm will kind of plant down so that you can reach that right arm out in front of you. Forehead resting. Slow, easy breath. In and out of the nose. Nice, easy, slow and steady. Good. And then when you're ready, let's creep that right hand forward. And then bring the left shoulder down to the earth. Again, if you are gonna come up into table and do it that way, go right on ahead, even if you didn't on the first side. So come into the shape, breathe, and really notice where you feel the breath. See if you can soften just somewhere in the mind even. Good, one more nice deep breath here. Awesome. And let's draw that left arm, left hand forward. Take a big inhale. Big exhale. And we're going to make our way onto the back here. So wherever you are, let's come down onto the back. Once you get down there, bend your knees and bring your feet down to the earth. Good. We're going to do one back bend here. So once you come into this, don't turn your head, don't turn your neck. Okay, and then bring your feet hip width, your knees hip width. You can grab onto the outer edges of your mat if you want that traction there. Press your feet down, inhale, hips lift up. You can stay here, or if you want to walk those hands underneath you, walk the shoulders underneath you. So again, try not to turn your head or your neck once you come into the shape with those hips lifted. Try to breathe all the way down into your belly as best as you can. Again, soften where you can. Beautiful. Just 2 more breaths here. Awesome. Let's go ahead, lower the hips down, bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees open up, let the shoulders come out from underneath you, close your eyes, and breathe. So feet together, knees open, Supta Baddha Konasana. Breathe into the belly. Nice, slow, deep breath. Good. And then when you're ready, let's go ahead and bring the feet to touch down. The knees are still bent here. Let's bring the left outer ankle to the right knee, like a figure 4. And then just flex your left foot and gently massage the left thigh. So a very lovely thing to do is give yourself a little massage. Give yourself some love. I like to think of deep breaths. They're just nice little love notes for the body. So let your breath even deepen here. You can stay here and just kind of do this massage, just chill or relax. Or if you want to start to pull the right thigh in and release the hands behind the thigh, you can do that. And then if you want to reach the right heel towards the ceiling, you can do that. So just know that keeping the right foot down is totally cool. And sometimes the most bold act of self-love is just doing less, giving ourselves permission to do less, even though if we quote unquote can do more. It's a radical notion. Good. Soften somewhere, maybe even those hands. One more nice deep breath here. And then let's start to, if your right foot is not already on the floor, we'll start to bring that right foot down to touch. And then everyone take your left foot down. And then walk your feet about as wide as your yoga mat. Bring them 1 footprint in front of the knees. Bring your arms to your cactus. Flex your feet and then let those knees drop side to side. So just giving that low back a nice little unwinding here. Beautiful. Couple more. Beautiful. Nice massage for the hips too. Good. Let's bring our feet back to the mat, right underneath the knees, and we'll move into the right side. So right outer ankle to the left knee, like a figure 4. And then everyone start with that really beautiful self massage here with that right hand. And you can just stay here, give yourself this really lovely massage, or if you would like to do something a little different, you can pull that left thigh in. Okay. You can also reach the left heel up towards the ceiling. So just close your eyes and really be with what you've chosen to be with, right? To do. It's the voice of stress that tells us we've chosen the wrong thing, that we're not doing it right, that we're unworthy. Those are stress voices. Those are not real. However, we become so conditioned to believe them. Good. Couple more breaths. And know the voice of stress doesn't come from within you. Good. If your left foot is not already on the floor, go ahead and bring it back down. Let's bring also the right foot down. Walk your feet out in front of you, feet as wide as the mat. Arms to either a T or cactus, and then again, drop those knees side to side gently here. You can flex your feet as you go. Let's drop the knees to the left side. So you can, as you wish, look away from the knees so you can gently gaze towards the right. If there's a different twist that you want to take here, go for it. You can move your body there. But also give yourself permission to keep it super simple. Good, nice, slow, deep breath. At this point in practice, if you want to start to let your exhales be a couple counts longer than those inhales, that's totally fine. You can do that. Awesome. Bring your head, everything back to center. Let's windshield wiper the knees side to side here. Good, knees now to the right. You can, again, find the twist that you did on the very first side. More than likely, that's going to be the best thing. You can look away from the knees. Allow the left shoulder to be super heavy. Allow your eyes to be nice and soft. And again, you can really just start to lengthen the exhales out a little bit longer than the inhales if that works for you. I have had students tell me that that's not relaxing. So if it's not relaxing, there's nothing wrong with you, right? Good. A couple more deep breaths here. Letting go, relaxing wherever you can. And head back to center. Knees, everything back to center. Let's give the knees a nice big hug into the chest. And then from here, maybe you just want to find this place to stretch the spine, pulling the knees in. Maybe there's a different variation where you circle your knees around a little bit, or even take a happy baby. But as with what we did a bit ago, try not to overcomplicate it. We'll be here for about a minute or so. So if there's something your body is asking for, go for it. Or if you just want to spend this time with those knees hugging in, imagine giving yourself this really beautiful embrace. This really well-deserved embrace of love, of compassion, of acceptance. Again, knowing that the voices that tell us we are not worthy of those things are simply the voices of stress, and they do not originate from within us. And just a few more breaths with whatever you have chosen to do here. Anything at all, no wrong answers. And then from final shape to Shavasana. So allowing your body to come to a place that is comfortable for you, where you can be undisturbed. So if that means you need to sit up in a chair, on the couch, so that the body is nice and comfortable, do that. If you want to take a blanket up underneath bent knees to relieve the low back, you can do that. But let's just find our relaxation place. Beginning to let your eyes just rest closed. And with eyes resting closed, without forcing, just notice where you feel the breath inside the body. A natural flow of breathing in, natural flow of breathing out. This beautiful gift of breath, and the gift of just being here. And then from this noticing, begin to bring your attention and awareness up to the very top of the head, the crown of the head. As you breathe in, perhaps feel a warmth and awareness up there at the very top of the head. And then as you breathe out, feel that warmth spread over the entire body, encasing it in this healing protective light. The inhale, feeling that warmth awareness at the very top of the head. The exhale, that warmth and light spreading over the entire body and encasing in this beautiful protective light healing energy. Allowing yourself to be bathed in that healing protective energy over and through the entire body. Coming down to the toes, that healing protective energy there. Perhaps experienced as a little tingling. Letting that turn into a warmth from the toes now to soles of feet. Coming up to tops of the feet. Back down to the heels. Allowing the heels to drop down, toes to flop open. Moving up into the calf muscles. Letting the calf muscles just gently relax, release, be held here by the earth. Moving to the shin bones. Feeling the shin bones now just nice and heavy. Tops of the legs. Warming energy now moving into the kneecaps. Encircling, encasing. Moving back behind the knees. Coming up to the upper thigh bones. First back behind the legs, the hamstrings. Just letting go of any tension there, conscious or unconscious. Just any holding happening in the hamstrings. Just let those upper back parts of the thighs be nice and heavy, held here by the earth. Giving those legs real permission to rest. And the bones in the upper thighs, nice, heavy, and relaxed. Tops of the thighs, the quadriceps. Easy and held. Warming, healing energy starting at the hip bones. Letting that spread down and through the pelvis as you feel your low back, the sacrum, just resting here on the earth. Coming to the lowest belly. Feeling the lowest belly gently expand and fall. The navel, the belly button. Again, that warming, healing energy there, right there in the navel, letting it expand and grow with every inhale. Letting it fall, dissipate, and spread through the rest of the body on the exhale. Moving to the middle back, warming, healing energy, letting your middle back just spread and relax. The upper back, the ribs just gently expanding on the earth, making room for that nourishing breath in your body. The ribs gently contracting here on the earth, sending that healing energy out into the world. Moving to the fronts, the tops of the ribs, gently feeling the ribs expand. And then again, just gently fall. Moving to the heart space, the inside of the chest. Again, that warmth and expansion with each inhale. The gentle falling, the dissipating and sending out of the light on the exhale. Moving up to the collarbone, that beautiful lift on the inhale. Lowering on the exhale. Moving down into the fingertips, feeling that warmth there. Letting that spread into open palms. Open to release what it is that you don't need and receive that loving, healing energy. Releasing the voice of stress. Receiving the voice of love, which is what you are already. Moving into the forearms. Letting those elbows be even heavier if that's possible. Your upper arm bones even heavier. Shoulders nice and relaxed. The throat expanding. The jaw relaxing. Teeth separating. No tension in the face, just letting it be peaceful. This gentle knowing of this beautiful love vibration spreading up into the eyes, letting them soften. The forehead broadening. Back up again to the very top, the crown of the head, that beautiful warming energy there, every inhale. Receiving. Every exhale, releasing. Just letting your body be held here by the earth. These beautiful waves of energy. Knowing that you are love. And anything that tells you you are not is simply a voice of stress. When you're ready, take a really big inhale, hold the breath in. Long, slow exhale, release. Gently finding some small movements here, fingers, toes. Take a big reach and stretch through arms, through legs. And a big exhale, catch the knees back into the chest, a gentle hug, giving yourself again that feeling of warmth, compassion as you just hold yourself here for a moment in this embrace of love. Moving slowly over onto your favorite side and just pausing there for a moment, letting your bones restack, returning back to your breath, back to consciousness, awareness. Making your way slowly and gently up to a comfortable seat. Letting your eyes just kind of reclose once you arrive. Just sitting tall, hands down on the knees. Nice deep breath. Just giving yourself a final moment here. And bring your palms together. Let thumbs rest right at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Feeling in your practice and perhaps this feeling of peace and love that is within you now, so that it is later there when you need it, when you forget, when that voice of stress comes, you can counter it with this feeling of love. Take a full inhale, hold the breath in. And a long, slow exhale. Jai Bhagwan. Namaste. Thank you guys so very, very much for coming and practicing today. It was Lovely to have each and every one of you. Thank you.